Good afternoon, just leaving Watford on this Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The information display didn't tell you what time the train was leaving. They should. That other train is going to go to Baker Street. .30 and it's pitch black outside. And it's also raining. After today, my next journey will be on the District line from Olympia to High Street, Kensington. Or maybe not. I think it'll be on the Circle or Hammersmith and City lines, because tomorrow there's strike action on National Rail. Because of strike action on National Rail, no London Overground services. Limited to few Bakerloo line services from Queen's Park to Harrow and Willesden. No District line services from Parsons Green to Wimbledon or Turnham Green to Richmond. Nice to see how empty the train is. I'm glad the announcements are on this time, because when I did it from Amersham, the driver deliberately forgot to switch on the announcements. What an idiot. Looks like I'll have to go up to Amersham again.
The next station is Croxley.
But it is what it is, I suppose. It's pitch black, which means that once again you cannot see anything. I definitely know where the tunnel is. Finchley Road to Baker Street, and then Baker Street to Farringdon, Farringdon to Barbican, Barbican to Liverpool Street, and Liverpool Street to Aldgate.
This is Croxley.
Croxley.
This is an all-station Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Moor Park.
I was very close to looking at what time this train would leave, only for the doors to close. Next journey will definitely be on the Hammersmith and City line from Hammersmith to Barking. I've already booked 2 National Rail journeys, South Euston St Pancras to Ramsgate on the 10th of October, and GWR Paddington to Bristol, then Bristol to Southern Beach on the 11th of October. So that's 3 journeys. I'll also get to the following GWR services: Windsor and Eton Central to Slough, Marlow to Maidenhead, and Henley-on-Thames to Twyford. We're definitely joining up with the routes. The branch from Chesham and Amersham. Actually, it's the main line from Chesham and Amersham. Maybe I'll do Amersham to Aldgate when I do Chiltern Railways Marylebone to Aylesbury. I could buy separate tickets, Amersham to Aylesbury, or Marylebone to Aylesbury Vale Parkway, then Aylesbury Vale Parkway to Amersham. can't tell whether that train is going up to Amersham, Chesham or Watford. Can't really see where we are because... Yep, we are definitely alongside the London to Aylesbury line, which Chiltern Railways use. It's shared with the Metropolitan line between Harrow-on-the-Hill and Amersham. Lots of newspapers here.
The next station is Moor Park. Change for Metropolitan line services to Amersham and Chesham.
iPhone 14 Pro, all systems Pro. Get up to £870 when you trade in selected iPhone models. £72 a month, £70 upfront, unlimited data. Get yours get yours online, in store, or call 0800 033 8006 today. No thanks, I'm happy with my current phone, Google Pixel 6. Queen's Balmoral death certificate. Death registered in the district of Aberdeenshire. Never mind, here we are at Moor Park.
This is Moor Park.
It's raining.
This is an all-stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Northwood.
Labour led Tories by 33 points. Record gap opens after disaster budget. Truss insists no U-turn. Never mind, I'm just gonna leave the newspaper alone and move on. And let other people read it. If I was shouting those announcements and I was behind the driver, then the driver would have turned them on. On that day, the day that I did Amersham to Aldgate, and the driver deliberately forgot to switch on the announcements, so I had to shout them the entire time. Probably why I have done more national rail services than I have done TfL this year. Why I'm more interested in national rail, such as South Eastern High Speed. What they should add at Stratford International on South Eastern High Speed is change for DLR via London City Airport. Or Oyster and contactless only valid between St Pancras and Stratford International. Never mind, forget it.
The next station is Northwood.
Looks like it's better to stay on the train rather than try and look around on the platform. Maybe when it stops raining eventually, which will probably be overnight, maybe it'll carry on raining overnight. Don't know when it's going to stop raining. Still raining.
This is Northwood. This is an all-station Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Northwood Hills.
So I'm just going to stay on board the train until Great Portland Street. I'm still gonna film the journey towards Aldgate. And just in case the doors close, I'll get back on the train.
The next station is Northwood Hills.
Northwood Hills.
This is Northwood Hills.
Finally, there's a shelter at this area of the station.
This is an all-station Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Kenton.
That was a fast Metropolitan line train to Amersham, not Chiltern Railways. Although I definitely prefer Chiltern Railways. Honestly, I prefer Chiltern Railways when travelling between Marylebone, Harrow-on-the-Hill, Rickmansworth, Chorleywood, Chalfont and Latimer, and Amersham. Only if it's a 168, not a 165. 165s usually have little to no legroom. 168s have lots of legroom. All stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. Once I get to Aldgate, I'll go straight home. As usual, over the weekend, the Waterloo and the City line will be closed. Zone 5. Still have the following TfL services to do: Circle, District and Hammersmith and City lines, London Overground, Stratford to Richmond and Clapham Junction, and also from Clapham Junction and New Cross to Dalston Junction, Crystal Palace and West Croydon to Highbury and Islington and the trams. Also the Elizabeth line when it fully opens on the 6th of November. Bond Street will open on 24th of October. I'll probably look around Bond Street, the existing Central and Jubilee line platforms, then the Elizabeth line platforms.
The next station is Kenton.
Elizabeth Line, Shenfield to Paddington, Shenfield for National Rail, including those to Southend Airport. Romford, London Overground and National Rail, including Southend Airport services. Manor Park for London Overground from Woodgrange Park. Forest Gate for London Overground from Wanstead Park. I'll probably stay on the train here because it's still raining.
This is Kenton.
Yep, still raining.
This is an all-station Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is North Harrow.
Stratford for Central and Jubilee lines. DLR to London, DLR including services to London City Airport. The Elizabeth Line, DLR including services to London City Airport, London Overground and National Rail services, including services to Southend Airport. Whitechapel for District and Hammersmith and City lines, Elizabeth Line services to Abbey Wood and London Overground. Liverpool Street for Central, Circle, Hammersmith and City, Metropolitan and Northern lines, London Overground and National Rail, including services to Stansaid and Southend Airports. Farringdon for for Circle, Metropolitan and Hammersmith and City lines and National Rail, including services to Gatwick and Luton Airports. Tottenham Court Road for Central and Northern lines and British Museum. Exit for British Museum. Bond Street for Central and Jubilee lines. And Paddington, where the journey ends, for Bakerloo, Circle, District and Hammersmith and City lines.
The next station is North Harrow.
National Rail, including services to Elizabeth Line services to Heathrow Airport and Reading, and National Rail including services to Heathrow Airport operated by Heathrow Express, also interchange with the Central Line from Lancaster Gate. Slide your pensions into one place. I wonder what that advert is about. Activate your old pensions and get them all on the same team working together. Sorry, just reading the advert. Anyways, this is North Harrow.
This is North Harrow. This is an all-stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Harrow-on-the-Hill.
For Metropolitan line services to Uxbridge and National Rail services. Abbey Wood to Heathrow and Reading. Abbey Wood for National Rail services. Woolwich for DLR including services for DLR via Woolwich for DLR via London City Airport and National Rail services. Custom House for DLR. Canary Wharf for Jubilee line and DLR. Whitechapel for District and Hammersmith and City lines, Elizabeth Line services to Shenfield and London Overground. Core section to Paddington, Paddington for Bakerloo, Circle, District and Hammersmith and City lines, and National Rail including Heathrow Express to Heathrow Airport. Also for Central Line from Lancaster Gate. Acton Main Line, Ealing Broadway for Central and District lines and National Rail services, West Ealing for National Rail services, Hanwell, Southall, Hayes and Harlington for National Rail services, Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3, Heathrow Terminal 5, Heathrow Terminal 4. Piccadilly Line also serves all stations within Heathrow Airport. Heathrow Express also serves Terminal 5 and Terminals 2 and 3. West Drayton, Ivor, Langley, Slough for National Rail Services, Burnham, Taplow, Maidenhead, Twyford, Maidenhead for National Rail Services, Twyford for National Rail Services, and Reading, where the journey ends. Reading, where the journey on the Reading branch ends for National Rail Services, including services to Gatwick Airport. The journeys on the Heathrow branches end at Terminal 4 or Terminal 5. All Heathrow trains call at Terminals 2 and 3.
The next station is Harrow-on-the-Hill. Change for Metropolitan line services to Uxbridge and National Rail services.
With all Aventro family units, if you hold the open door button long enough, for 5 seconds at least, then the door won't do the auto close until all other doors close. That there is an all stations Metropolitan line train to all stations Metropolitan line train to Watford.
All stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Northwick Park.
Once again, that train's for Watford. The train on over there is a fast Metropolitan line train to Amersham. Next year is when the Elizabeth line is supposed to fully open from Shenfield and Abbey Wood in the east to Heathrow Airport and Reading in the west. I don't think there are any Chiltern services at the moment. I thought Bond Street would open on 6th of November alongside the tunnels, the eastern and western tunnels near Stratford and Paddington respectively. But turns out it's actually opening earlier. Bond Street is going to open on 24th of October. And on Bond Street, I'll just explore the station. Change for Bakerloo line and London Overground from Kenton.
This is Northwick Park. This is an all-stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Preston Road.
That there is an all stations Metropolitan line train to Uxbridge. I think Uxbridge is the most popular branch of the Metropolitan line. With Heathrow Airport being the more popular branch of the Piccadilly line. And this is where we cross over the West Coast Main Line and Watford DC line, which utilises the Bakerloo line and London Overground. London Overground for the entire duration of the Watford DC line between Watford Junction and Euston. Bakerloo line only from Harrow and Willesden to Queen's Park. Still need to do EMR from St Pancras, class 180 to Nottingham, and then class 222 to Sheffield. There's 2 trains per hour, 4 EMR intercity services per hour to and from St Pancras, 2 to Nottingham, 2 to Sheffield. Departures from St Pancras. 2 minutes past the hour to Sheffield, calling at Leicester, Derby, Chesterfield and Sheffield. Semi-fast.
Station is Preston Road.
Yeah, that was a semi-fast serviced Metropolitan line service up to Watford. Yeah, back to St Pancras departures for EMR. 5 minutes past the hour to Nottingham, calling at Kettering, Market Harborough, Leicester, Loughborough, East Midlands Parkway, Beeston and Nottingham. 32 minutes past the hour to Sheffield, calling at Leicester, Loughborough, East Midlands Parkway, Long Eaton, Derby, Chesterfield and Sheffield. 35 minutes past the hour to Nottingham, calling at Kettering, Market Harborough, Leicester and Nottingham. All departures at 15 and 45 minutes past the hour are for Corby, calling at Luton Airport Parkway. Still rain.
This is Preston Road.
Next station is Wembley
This
Park.
is an all stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Wembley Park.
Yeah, all EMR departures from St Pancras at 15 and 45 minutes past the hour are for Corby, calling at, and both trains call at Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Bedford, Wellingborough, Kettering and Corby, although the 0945 continues to Oakham and Melton Mowbray. No idea where that service was going to, but never mind. EMR intercity departures from Sheffield and Nottingham towards St Pancras. First at Sheffield at the hour, for example, at 1200, at the hour at o'clock to St Pancras, calling at Chesterfield, Derby, Long Eaton, East Midlands Parkway, Loughborough, Leicester and St Pancras. 37 minutes past the hour to St Pancras from Sheffield, calling at Chesterfield, Derby, Leicester and St Pancras. From Nottingham, 12 minutes past the hour to St Pancras, calling at...
The next station is Wembley Park. Change for the Jubilee line. Exit for Wembley Stadium and Wembley Arena.
Find the gap between a train and a platform.
Just saw a firework go off. Don't know what they're celebrating, but never mind, I don't care. Over there is a semi-fast Metropolitan line train to Watford. Yeah, as I was saying, EMR intercity departures from Nottingham to St Pancras. The departure at 12 minutes past the hour calls at Beeston, East Midlands Parkway, Loughborough, Leicester, Market Harborough, Kettering and St Pancras. While the one at 50 minutes past the hour, that's 50 to St Pancras, calls at Leicester, Market Harborough, Kettering and St Pancras.
Find the gap between a train and a platform.
This is Wembley Park.
That's an empty Jubilee line train.
This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Finchley Road.
It's a Jubilee line train that has arrived from Stratford and is terminating here at Wembley Park. I think they're celebrating because tomorrow is the first day of October. Today is the Friday the 30th of September. Tomorrow's Saturday the 1st of October. That there is a Jubilee line train to Stanmore. The Jubilee line from Wembley Park to Stratford was the first ever journey I did back on the 11th of July 2019. I actually started at Stanmore, but because my mum messaged me at some point between Stanmore and Wembley Park, I decided to start recording again at Wembley Park. There is the depot at Neasden for both Jubilee and Metropolitan line trains. Apologies for the window, that's because it's raining. Chiltern Railways, I'll definitely have to do the Class 68 up to either Birmingham, Moor Street or Oxford. Preferably Birmingham, because I've already done 2 journeys up to Birmingham with Avanti West Coast. This here is Neasden. That was a Jubilee line train heading up north to Wembley Park and or Stanmore. That was either an all stations or semi-fast Metropolitan line train to Uxbridge. Here we are at Dollis Hill racing a Stratford bound Jubilee line. Obviously there's no one on board because not many people travel at 8 PM. Goodbye Jubilee line train, enjoy your journey to Stratford. Sit here an empty Jubilee line train in the reversing siding at Willesden Green. Semi-fast Metropolitan line to Amersham. Another Jubilee line train. I think that one was heading up to Stanmore. Chiltern Railways. Don't know where it was going, probably up to Oxford or Birmingham. Kilburn. If it was a 165, then it would have been heading up to Gerrards Cross, High Wycombe, Aylesbury via Princess Risborough, Aylesbury via Amersham, or Aylesbury Vale Parkway, also via Amersham. West Hampstead.
The next station is Finchley Road. To change for the Jubilee line.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
You can also change here for London Overground from Finchley Road and Frognal. Finchley Road.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Finchley Road. This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Baker Street.
Loved motors of the Jubilee line 1996 stock. Your next Stratford train is in 2 minutes. If your Metropolitan line train is terminating at Baker Street and you wish to continue to Aldgate, please change at Baker Street. 4 stations to Aldgate.
The next station is Baker Street. Change for the Bakerloo, Circle, Hammersmith City and Jubilee lines.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
You can also exit here for Madame Tussauds and Sherlock Holmes Museum. At Aldgate you can also change for District line from Aldgate East. This here will be an all stations Metropolitan line train to Uxbridge on platform 4.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Baker Street. This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Great Portland Street.
Train leaving platform 2 is semi-fast.
The rear doors will not open at the next station. Please use other doors.
Semi-fast to Amersham. Goodbye. Semi-fast Metropolitan line train to Amersham, leaving platform 2. Sadly, there's no train on platform 1 yet. Some stations on the Circle, District and Hammersmith and City lines have short platforms. That there is a Hammersmith and a City line train to Hammersmith. Some TfL services. Some northbound Bakerloo line trains may terminate at Queen's Park or Stonebridge Park instead of Harrow at Willesden.
The next station is Great Portland Street.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
The rear doors will not open at the next stations. Please use other doors.
Southbound fast and semi-fast trains do not stop at Wembley Park 7:05 to 9:35 a.m. on Mondays to Fridays. Fast and semi-fast trains non-stop Northwick Park to Preston Road. Non-stop Harrow-on-the-Hill to Moor Park.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Great Portland Street.
Don't have to worry about the rain anymore.
The rear doors will not open here. Please use other doors. This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Euston Square.
Southbound in the morning and northbound in the afternoon. Non-stop from Harrow-on-the-Hill to Moor Park, also from Northwick Park. Non-stop from Harrow-on-the-Hill to Moor Park and Harrow-on-the-Hill to Wembley Park. London Overground services to and between Chingford.
The next station is Euston Square. Change for London Overground and National Rail services from Euston.
London Overground services between Liverpool Street and Chingford do not call at Cambridge Heath or London Fields. Turnham Green is only served by Piccadilly line trains after 10:30 every evening and until 6:50 Mondays to Saturdays or 7:45 Sundays the following morning.
This is Euston Square. This This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is King's Cross St Pancras.
Waterloo and City Line only runs from around 6 AM to 12:30 AM on Mondays to Fridays. No service on Saturdays or Sundays.
The next station is King's Cross St Pancras. Change for the Northern, Piccadilly and Victoria lines, national and international rail services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Elizabeth Line services between Paddington and Abbey Wood only operate from 5:30 AM to 11 PM on Mondays to Saturdays. Here we are, King's Cross St Pancras.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is King's Cross St Pancras.
It's now 8:20 PM.
This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Farringdon.
Next station is Farringdon for the Elizabeth Line and National Rail services. This includes services to Gatwick and Luton Airports. Goodbye, King's Cross St Pancras.
The next station is Farringdon. Change for the Elizabeth Line and National Rail services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
There was a Hammersmith and City Line train to Hammersmith. Next train on platform 3 will be a Thameslink service to Brighton via Gatwick Airport from Bedford. Then 2037 to Rainham in Kent.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Farringdon. Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Barbican.
Rear two doors not opening.
The rear two doors will not open at the next station. Please use other doors.
Train now approaching platform 4 is a Thameslink service to Bedford, calling at St Pancras, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick and Bedford.
The next station is Barbican.
Change for the Elizabeth line.
The rear two doors will not open at the next station. Please use other doors.
Exit for Museum of London. If it's all Thameslink services between Bedford and East Croydon call at Flitwick, Harlington, Leagrave, Luton, Luton Airport Parkway, Harpenden, St Albans City.
This is Barbican. The rear two doors will not open here. Please use other doors. This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Moorgate.
They call at Flitwick, Harlington, Leagrave, Luton, Luton Airport Parkway, Harpenden, St Albans City, St Pancras, Farringdon City, Thameslink, Blackfriars, London Bridge and East Croydon. If it's to Gatwick Airport via Red Hill, the train also calls at Norwood Junction and then it calls at Purley, Red Hill, Earlswood, Salford, Hawley and Gatwick Airport. If it's to Brighton, it also calls at West Hampstead Thameslink.
The next station is Moorgate. Change for the Northern Line, the Elizabeth Line and National Rail Services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
For the Brighton service, it also calls at West Hampstead Thameslink and then continues to Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Haywards Heath, Wivelsfield, Burgess Hill, Hassocks, Preston Park and Brighton. This here is a Hammersmith and City Line train to Hammersmith. The one in front of it is a semi-fast to Amersham.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Moorgate. This is the Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Liverpool Street.
About 4 trains per hour between Bedford and East Croydon. 2 trains to and from Gatwick Airport via Red Hill. 2 trains to and from Brighton. Total of 4 trains per hour between Hitchin and East Croydon. 2 trains per hour between Cambridge and Brighton. 2 trains per hour between Peterborough and Horsham via Red Hill. Those are journeys I will get to eventually.
The next station is Liverpool Street. Change for the Central and Hammersmith City lines, the Elizabeth line, London Overground and National Rail Services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is our penultimate stop, Liverpool Street, for Central and Hammersmith and City lines, the Elizabeth line, London Overground and National Rail Services, including services to Stansaid and Southend Airports. Here we are at Liverpool Street.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Liverpool Street.
Our penultimate stop.
This is a Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Aldgate.
This here is a Circle Line train to Hammersmith. We'll soon be at our final stop, Aldgate. You can also change here for District Line from Aldgate East. That there is the Hammersmith and City Line. Hammersmith and City Line trains continue to Barking. This is Aldgate, where we finish our journey this evening.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Aldgate, where this train terminates. Please take your belongings with you when you leave the train. All change.
This train will soon form a semi-fast service.
This is a semi-fast Metropolitan line train to Chesham, the next station.
Yeah, so this is it's going to be a semi-fast Metropolitan line train to Chesham. Anyways, once I stop recording, I'm going to make my own way home from here. That's it for today's journey on the Metropolitan line, and we'll see you next time. Take care.